welcome to ADTV, and today I am finally out something that I have been buzzing to do for ages, and that is because the legend next to me, Terry Edmonds, we're out with him doing some casting. Now, we're going to have a little laugh at me later, Terry, because I've never had any sort of tuition or anything, so hopefully you're going to put me through my paces in a bit.
Definitely will do,
That'll
mate. It's not a problem.
It'll be very good to see your view on sort of a basic cast and how you can change it. But before we get into that, what I want to touch on is perhaps a few myths, another thing, and tackle. Let's face it, now we're talking here, especially with you, you're talking ultimate distance, aren't you? I mean, you've broken world records and stuff, so this might be a bit of a misreflection on, you don't have to have this tackle, but if you're looking for the ultimate stuff, what is it you're looking for in a rod? Well,
basically, for long range fishing or casting, you need long stiff rods. Okay, there's no substitute for that. 13 footers, it don't matter if you're tall or you're short, if you're big built, 13 footers are always going to help you. Okay, so the first thing we're looking for is 13 footers, 50 mil ringing, no matter what anybody says.
That's going to be one of my questions to you.
Yeah, it don't matter what anybody says, 50 mil ringing. Every tournament caster I know, every caster I know who can cast a long way uses 50 mils.
Right.
And that's good enough as far as I'm concerned. Okay, to me, every record I've seen has been with 50 mils and above cast. So 50 mil ringing, 13 foot stiff rod, big pit reel. Daiwa base, this one is. I've been using this a lot recently, like it's the new one. Cast fine. Very rarely is it the reel stopping you from casting a long way. Very rarely. All big pit reels cast. This one's extremely light, so it's going to help you move the rod, okay? So light, like big pit reels. Lines, depends. Depends if you're using a leader or not. If you're not using a leader, 0.35 straight through. Right. If you are using a leader, you're obviously using a lighter line. On here, I've got 0.28 10-pound line. This is from Gardner. And big leads.
Big leads.
4 ounces and above. Very rarely will 5 ounce be the biggest lead that you can cast. 5 ounces is usually too heavy for the caster. 4 and 4.5 ounces on the lessons I do nearly always produce the biggest casts. Cool.
So there's a few things I hear as well. So have you got to balance that lead to the rod? So say if someone had a 2 3/4 pound test cab rod, which is standard for a lot of people like fishing who are not like distance casting, they'd have to use a lighter lead to get the best. Is it? It's all about tip speed from what I know, is that correct?
Not really.
No, see there you go, I don't know anything.
Tip speed of course is going to help because it means that you're moving the rod quickly, but it's all about how fast the lead's going. Right. Okay? What I mean by that, you could have a long rod moving slowly with a faster lead speed than a soft, shorter rod going quickly. Right. So it's all about lead speed. Cool. Rule of thumb with leads, 1/2 ounce over the test curve.
There you go.
So that's a nice simple one, but a lot of the more powerful rods these days have just got like 5 to 3 ounce casting weights.
Yeah, they do,
Always pick 4 and a 4.5.
Cool.
Unless you're fishing in heavy conditions, strong wind like we got today, you might want to use a 5, but it's very rarely going to cast the furthest, a 5 ounce lead.
I like that, there's a little tip there, so you answer it. So basically, recap, you just need a long rod, needs to be fairly stiff. 50 mil ringing. Reel as pretty much as light or thin a line as you can get away with in your fishing situation.
Because you need to land the fish.
Exactly.
I always go the other way around with that. Fish as strong as you can to get to the distance required. Because you need to land them. And then big leads. So they're the ones, aren't they? That's the kit you need.
Cool.
And then after that, it's all about technique and body movements.
Right, well this is probably where we're going to have some fun. Let's put me through the paces then. We're going to get down there, chuck some casts out and have probably a pretty good laugh about how bad I am to start with. So
it'll be a pleasure, mate.
Let's get it going. Right then Terry, it's over to you. So do you want me just to cast how I generally would cast?
Yeah, just cast how you cast. I'll have a look and we'll see if there's some like adjustments we can do to make it a bit better. Right. So, unless you do it perfect, mate, I can do nothing.
Mate, that's definitely not going to happen. So yeah, so standard cast, I'll just do like an overhead sort of bump.
Yeah, just do what you usually do, mate.
should be something-ish like that.
That is what I see every day, like day in, day out when I'm teaching. It's the average cast.
How not to do it.
No, it's not how not to. I don't look at it like that. I look at it though that can be improved.
Right.
And casting's all about big arcs, big levers, and getting expansive.
Right.
And everything there that I said there can be improved on your cast.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
So what we're going to do, what I'm going to help you with is just your arm movement.
Yep.
Okay, just your arm movement. That's going to help you cast further, and it'll give you something to work on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No worries. We'll get this in. So look, while I'm on it, so is drop important?
Yeah, we need to set up the same all the time, and the drop affects how the rod loads. Okay.
Right.
Because the rod loads in a few ways, but one of them is how fast this lead's moving.
Cool.
And we need to get that lead moving as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Right, drop. Let's go on to drop. The drop is always going to be between there, which is
the spigot joint, yeah.
Which is an overfit in this case, but they are spigots as well on some rods, and that eye there.
Yep.
That's the guide I personally give, okay? And it don't seem a lot to you, but if I told you to cast from there, with the drop there, then I told you to cast down there, the cast would feel different.
Yeah, so we're talking the higher the end you get this, the small things are making a big difference, aren't they?
There's loads of small things in a cast that makes big differences at the end. If you get them all right, you're going to cast
the end of it, right.
And the rule of thumb is, the softer the rod feels to you in the cast, the shorter the drop. So if you're casting this rod and you think, do you know what, this feels really soft,
shorten your drop up.
Put it there. That will load the rod earlier in the cast.
Right.
With soft rods, you need to bend them a lot.
Yeah.
If you're casting this rod and it feels quite stiff, have it longer.
Okay.
Because if you load a stiff rod too early, you cannot finish the cast. And what I mean by that, the speed of the cast, the hit comes right at the end of the cast.
Right.
If it's too loaded, you're going to feel heavy and you think, I can't finish this cast.
Cool.
A good starting point for anybody,
right in the middle,
is always there, mate.
Yeah.
So just put it there. Takes a few seconds to get that right, okay? So we're going to go from there. I just let a bit of line off. Bang, we're there.
Yep.
Right. Let's work on your arms.
Yep.
And your stance a little bit as well, okay? This was your cast.
So I think I'm quite square and
very
overhead.
Square on. Arms high.
Yeah.
To your ear. And you just go bump and cast with speed. If I told you to cast further, you'd do the same thing but try and hit it harder.
Yeah, we always, yeah.
But what you actually got to do is start to change your movements, and it's all about body movements. So we've done the drop.
Yeah.
Let's look at our arms.
So the myth of perhaps having straight arms is exactly that. Is a myth, is it?
I don't think you should have straight arms. Again, this is me.
Yeah, I guess there's nothing wrong. Yeah.
Always have your arms slightly bent, okay? Because in a cast, a powerful cast, it's a punch pull.
Right.
You cannot do that with just straightening your right arm out and just pulling. That to me is not powerful.
Right.
What you're going to do in the cast is have a punch pull, okay?
So punch with right first, pull with your left.
Left late and fast.
Right.
So you load the rod with your right hand and you punch it late and you pull left arm late in the cast.
Right.
But it's also got to be more expansive.
Yeah.
Because your arms were by your ears.
Yeah.
What I'm going to ask you to do is push them just behind your head.
Right.
Okay? This gives you more time in the cast. And that's one thing that we lack in an overhead chuck is time.
Yeah.
So from there, also your feet were pointing both at the target.
Yeah.
I want them round a little bit like that.
Okay.
That's going to open your hips up, okay?
Yeah.
So from there, you're going to have a little rock, and what you done then was pull down under your right arm.
Right.
Don't do that. Pull to the centre of your body, okay?
So your left arm to the centre.
Yeah. That gives you more power as well.
Yeah.
So from there, you're going to have a rock, punch pull, stop the rod at 45 degrees-ish. It's not that important.
Yeah.
If it's 45 or 40, but just stop the rod.
Yeah.
Because the reason is, when we load a rod, when we cast, we bend the rod, the rod stores energy, then we've got to get that energy out of the rod again. Yeah, okay. How do we do that? We stop it dead, it unloads, and all the energy goes to the lead. Okay. So you must stop it dead.
Right. And it's quite important, so I see some people casting when they've finished the cast and they're trying to pull back, it's important to keep it still.
Just keep it there, you'll hit the clip, then you can feel the lead down.
We'll give it a go.
I'm going to help you set up.
Cool.
Remember, this is just our arms, okay?
Yeah.
This is just some simple
drop
tips.
Roughly in between the middle.
That's it.
Cool.
Bit more expansive with your stance, and back foot slightly pointing out like that. That's it, mate.
Right.
Now you're looking like a caster.
Anything could happen though. So arms have got to go further back.
I'm going to push them back a bit. That's perfect.
God, that's really far back.
Slightly bend that arm there.
Yeah.
Look at your target at all times. That's the lead on the floor.
Yeah.
That's the lead just off the floor.
So you cast just off the floor?
Yeah, with your hook clean could be just off the floor.
Yeah.
That's going to give you more arc and more time.
Yep.
So from there, just slow rock forward.
So rock onto this.
Yeah, and then fast hands.
Push from a right, pull from a left.
Yeah. Just get that left. Want that so you're like level. That's it there. Perfect. Yeah. Slow rock. Fast
feels
left.
Weird. Oh, that felt really weird.
Looks okay though, mate. Lovely. And what you got to do is keep doing that.
Yeah.
The more you do it, the better you become. Muscle memory.
Yeah, so it's the same with everything, isn't it? It's the more you do it, the more.
And even a simple things that look simple have got lots of things to them. It's only because somebody who can do it well makes it look simple.
Cool. No worries. Right, so we'll get this in. I think everyone wants to see you cast and not me. So perhaps we'll get you casting one how it should be done, or how you cast. Yeah. Obviously there's other bits to casting that we're not going to cover today. There's so much to cover. Yeah. I know you do your lessons, so if anyone wants to really get into it, they can book up with you. But let's have a look at how it should be done and not me doing a poor attempt at it.
Yeah, I'll have a couple of casts. It'll be a pleasure for you.
Cool. Right, so you're going to go through your cast now, Joe. It's probably going to look a little bit different, I'm guessing, because obviously that's the first time I've done it, and you're doing some other elements as well. Yeah,
I'm going to do more stepping and things that you go to once you just learn your arm movements.
Cool, no worries. And setup-wise, this is your out-and-out casting?
Yeah, this is a rod that I've done with Harrison, like an Aviator TE after me. It was funny enough, it was when I become the first guy to cast over 250 yards officially, in a competition.
Actually,
yeah, this was a rod that I'd done for out-and-out casting. Yeah. So this is a rod that I've done with them. It's a 70-pound leader, braided leader. Yeah. That's a 4-ounce lead. Daiwa 6000T, which is still very popular.
Yeah, they are.
For casting
loads of people fish with them as well. Yeah.
And that's yellow mono. Yeah. On that, 10 pounds. The reason it is yellow is because I teach over fields a lot. If I snap off, I can find it.
Yeah, fair enough.
So a lot of people think it's braid, but it's not. And yeah, I'm just going to go through a cast and show you a cast, and hope it goes well.
Right, am I all right standing there?
Yeah, you're fine, mate.
Not bad. I think I was a bit further, but yeah, not
probably,
bad.
Mate. Probably. I'm getting older now, aren't I?
No, in all seriousness, that has gone miles, mate. So yeah, that you can see. Hopefully, you can see that there's a big difference what I'm doing and what Terry's doing. We can't cover everything in sort of a short video. Come and see Terry if you want a full lesson. But you were saying, so what is an average cast for you, Terry?
On this setup here, like 10-pound line, like braided leader, 4-ounce lead. It on the field it would be between about 215 and 230, like depending on the weather. Weather plays a massive part. People ask me about rigs and stuff because they see that I'm using like a plain lead.
Yeah, I was going to say, how much does a rig cut you back?
Well, I've done loads and loads of this on the field, testing with different size baits and all that. And over 150 yards, a helicopter rig and a 14mm bait will lose you about 10 yards.
Oh, so it's really minimal, really, then?
At 200 yards, you lose more, double that.
Yeah.
But the most important thing, if you're trying to fish at range, is to make sure that you use heavy leads.
Heavy leads.
Heavy leads don't slow down as quick. If you try and cast a 3-ounce lead with a bait, it's going to slow down quicker because it hasn't got the weight. And
I guess as well, with that much line and bow out, trying to tighten up to anything less than probably a 4 ounces, you're not going to do it, are you?
Exactly. I mean, all my leads for long range stuff at home, I've just got loads of 4 ounces, loads of 4.5s and loads of 5s. I haven't got anything under 4 ounces.
No, it does make sense. Right, so I think one more before we sign off. We'll let you see if you can really unleash one. You can hear that one. Wow. Well, you can certainly see that practice is the key for that, mate, isn't it? 100%.
Yeah, it's like any sport, I think, because casting is a sport in its own right, and the more you do something and practice the right things, the easier it becomes.
No, that is the way. So just while I'm going to punish you with one more question while you're winding that in.
Yeah, of course.
So we've done a little bit there, the very basic arm movement for casting. So that's completely changed my stance, my arms and that. So my worry is I'm going to lose the accuracy, basically.
Yeah.
Is there a way you combat that, or how do you go about accuracy?
Well, actually, accuracy is very, very simple. The leads will always follow the rod.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you want to cast straight, your movements must make the rod like go towards your target.
Yeah.
And then the lead will follow it. And what makes the rod go towards the target is your right hand plays a massive part in that.
Okay, yeah.
So when you're setting up to cast, keep everything still behind you, like the lead still, like you don't want it rocking side by side. Make sure that your right hand like goes towards the target.
Yeah.
If your right hand follows the right path, like towards your target, the lead's going to follow. Cool. The rod's going to follow, the lead's going to follow.
Right hand there, rod follows, lead goes there. So.
Exactly. People that cast right, the rod usually goes off plane and it slightly goes around them.
Yeah.
If they cast left, they're going across the target. They're cutting across the target. Yeah. So make sure your right hand, keep looking at the target, and your right hand like goes towards the target. Yeah. You should be straight.
Yeah. So there's actually so many variables, and the complexity of casting really surprises us. The fact that you can see why there is people like yourself at the top of the game. You saying that you used to, I know you said perhaps you don't know, but you've done gym work to get things sorted. You literally didn't go fishing, you stood and cast, and that's how people get to the levels, isn't it?
Well, I mean, I'd done, my fishing was overnighters. I had to make a choice. Like, go casting practice or go fishing. I can't do everything.
No.
So a lot of my life was like revolved around seeing how far I could cast.
Yeah.
But now I've gone back to where I started and I'm doing more fishing.
Yeah, fair enough. But you wouldn't swap that, would you? I mean, talking off camera, you've been all over the world teaching casting.
Yeah.
And it's perhaps given you life you have. So a good choice in that. And we'll perhaps sign off there. Hopefully you're gonna show me a few more casts, but you have, we've managed to say that you'll come back out with us and perhaps do the next stages.
Because
also fishing.
Yeah, because these are the simple steps. There's a lot more to it, but I just want to help, people just improve for their fishing. It depends how far that you want to go into it. If you need to cast as far as you can, there's other stuff that needs to be done.
Yeah, cool. Right, well, we're looking at. Thank you very much, Terry.
No worries.
We're going to go out fishing as well. Perhaps we'll do, because not only just casting, I'd like to see the rigs you use, the methods you use, how you bait that accuracy as well. So Terry's going to come out fishing with us as well. I hope that that's helped you. If you like me, get out there and work on those arms, and then hopefully we'll catch up with another video and we can go to the next steps.